Finance Frontier AI Podcast Disclaimer. Welcome to the Finance Frontier AI Podcast, guided by your host, Max Vanguard. As we set out on this expedition through the vast domain of finance, we have some important notes to share with you, our valued listeners. Content creation and objective. Our episodes are meticulously crafted through the synergy of human expertise and the latest in artificial intelligence technologies. Under Max's stewardship, we delve deeply into the finance sector, offering a curated weekly digest of essential news and comprehensive explorations of topics that shape these stories. Our goal is to enhance your knowledge and kindle your curiosity. However, it's imperative to recognize that our content is not intended as financial or legal advice. Accuracy and timeliness. In the swiftly changing world of finance, we are committed to bringing you the most precise and contemporary information. Nonetheless, given the fluid nature of economic developments and the unique aspects of AI-generated content, we recommend that our insights serve merely as a foundation for your own further research. The economic landscape continuously evolves, potentially altering the applicability of our content with time. Seeking professional guidance, the insightful discussions and analyses led by Max are designed to enlighten and motivate. They are not, however, a substitute for the bespoke counsel of professional financial or legal advisors. For advice that directly addresses your individual situation, we earnestly suggest consulting with such professionals. Perspectives and opinions. The opinions and viewpoints aired within our podcast are the product of a collaborative effort between AI and our creative team, with Max Vanguard providing a comprehensive spectrum of analyses. These perspectives might not always reflect established theories or official positions but are offered to enrich the dialogue on financial matters. Listener discretion advised. As we traverse complex financial themes, we encourage our listeners to engage with our content with a critical mind. The interpretations and predictions presented are based on the best tools at our disposal, yet they navigate the unpredictable waters of the financial world. Embark with Max Vanguard on the Finance Frontier AI podcast, where the intricate universe of finance converges with the cutting edge of artificial intelligence. Let's journey together through the detailed and nuanced landscapes of economic phenomena. A copyright 2024 Max Vanguard. All rights reserved. Introduction to The Odyssey of Inflation, a journey through economic realms. Welcome to a groundbreaking exploration within the Finance Frontier AI podcast, where today, we embark on an unparalleled journey with our host, Max Vanguard. This adventure, titled The Odyssey of Inflation, a journey through economic realms, invites listeners to traverse the vast landscapes of economic history, theory, and the pressing questions of today through the lens of inflation's impact on our world. Inflation, often seen as a mere economic indicator, is revealed as a potent force that shapes societies, dictates the flow of history, and challenges the future. Through a blend of storytelling and analysis, Max Vanguard will guide us from the ancient markets where trade and currency first blossomed to the modern-day challenges and opportunities inflation presents. This series promises to not only demystify inflation but also connect its dots across time and disciplines. We'll delve into the causes, effects, and the very essence of inflation, examining how it influences everything from the global economy to individual purchasing power, and how technology and ethical considerations shape our responses to it. Join us on this odyssey with Max Vanguard, as we uncover the invisible threads of inflation that weave through the tapestry of our economic and social fabric. Together, we'll gain insights into how this relentless force has sculpted our past, defines our present, and what it might herald for our future in an age marked by rapid technological advancement and global interconnectedness. Prepare for a journey that transcends the traditional boundaries of financial discourse, offering a panoramic view of how inflation's echoes reverberate through the corridors of time and space. The Odyssey of Inflation, a journey through economic realms, weaves a comprehensive narrative through the annals of economic history, exploring the pervasive influence of inflation across various epochs and societies. This journey begins in the ancient agoras, where the exchange of goods laid the foundation for the value of currency and trade. As civilizations evolved, the complexities of these economic activities gave birth to currency, embedding the seeds of inflation that would persistently haunt the economic stability of nations. Inflation, in its essence, represents the gradual increase in the prices of goods and services, diminishing the purchasing power of currency. This phenomenon is combated by central banks worldwide, aiming to stabilize economies through meticulous monetary policies. The narrative delves into the dual nature of inflation, price inflation, which directly affects the cost of living, and monetary inflation, which involves the expansion of the money supply, indirectly influencing price levels. Understanding inflation necessitates an exploration of its roots, including demand-pull inflation, where an overheated economy leads to prices being driven up by excessive demand, cost-push inflation, where the costs of production materials increase, leading to higher consumer prices, and built-in inflation, which describes the wage-price spiral that can perpetuate inflationary trends. Our exploration further navigates through the mechanisms used to measure inflation, such as the Consumer Price Index, CPI, and the Producer Price Index, PPI, which provide insights into the changing price dynamics affecting both consumers and producers. The journey through inflationary currents reveals its various manifestations, from hyperinflation, where prices skyrocket uncontrollably, to deflation, a rare phenomenon where prices decline, posing distinct challenges to economic growth and stability. Inflation's Odyssey is ultimately a narrative of balance and adaptation, highlighting the ongoing struggle between the forces of rising prices and the pursuit of economic equilibrium. The saga concludes with a reflection on inflation's enduring presence as a central element of our economic odyssey, shaping the destinies of nations and the global economy at large. Through this journey, the Odyssey of Inflation offers a panoramic view of how inflation's impact reverberates through time, emphasizing its significance beyond mere numbers to its role in shaping economic policies, societal norms, and the future of global financial stability. Inflation, the invisible force shaping our economy and lives, unfolds as an intricate narrative exploring the pervasive impact of inflation across economic landscapes and personal livelihoods. This phenomenon, often relegated to mere statistical analysis, emerges as a dominant force influencing the minutiae of daily life and the broad strokes of global economies. Our exploration delves into how inflation touches the tangible euro, from the diminishing purchasing power affecting every market transaction to the strategic considerations at the heart of national economic policies. We embark on a journey through the fabric of society, where the erosion of purchasing power becomes a tangible illustration of inflation's immediate effects. The narrative weaves through the interplay between inflation and interest rates, depicting a delicate dance orchestrated by central banks to maintain economic equilibrium. This dance is nuanced, involving a complex relationship between nominal and real interest rates, revealing the intricate measures taken to preserve the value of currency and the health of the economy. The Odyssey continues at the crossroads of inflation and unemployment, challenging preconceived notions with scenarios like stagflation, where traditional economic models meet their limits. We explore divergent economic philosophies, from Keynesianism to monetarism, each offering distinct perspectives on the origins and solutions to inflation, highlighting the multifaceted approaches to managing this elusive force. As we gaze into the horizon of economic growth, inflation's dual role as both herald and hindrance becomes apparent. The narrative shifts towards the future, where inflation expectations and predictive models serve as modern oracles, guiding policymakers through the uncertain currents of the global economy. This continuous exploration concludes with a reflection on the enduring saga of inflation euro, a reminder of its central role in the ongoing narrative of our economic systems. This story transcends numerical analysis, becoming a testament to human resilience and ingenuity in the face of economic forces that shape our existence. Through this journey, inflation, the invisible force shaping our economy and lives, aims to demystify a complex economic phenomenon, inviting listeners to understand inflation's profound impact not just on the economy, but on the very fabric of daily life. Euro is a narrative that intertwines the historical with the contemporary, the theoretical with the practical, offering insights into how we might navigate the ever-evolving challenge of inflation in our interconnected world.
What exactly is inflation, and why is it considered both a necessary and potentially problematic aspect of the economy?
Inflation represents the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. It's necessary for a growing economy because it encourages spending and investment. However, if inflation rates are too high or unpredictable, it can lead to economic instability, reducing the value of money and eroding consumer purchasing power.
Can you explain the difference between price inflation and monetary inflation?
Certainly. Price inflation is the increase in the prices of goods and services over time, which is what consumers directly experience. Monetary inflation, on the other hand, involves the expansion of a country's money supply, which can lead to price inflation if too much money chases too few goods. Both are interconnected, but they stem from different sources.
How do central banks use monetary policies to combat inflation?
Central banks employ various monetary policies, such as adjusting interest rates, to control inflation. By increasing interest rates, borrowing becomes more expensive, which can cool down an overheating economy and reduce inflation. Conversely, lowering interest rates can stimulate spending and investment, boosting economic growth.
What causes demand pull and cost push inflation?
Demand pull inflation occurs when demand for goods and services exceeds supply, leading to higher prices. It's often a sign of a strong economy. Cost push inflation happens when the costs of production materials or wages increase, causing producers to raise prices to maintain profit margins. Both reflect different aspects of economic dynamics.
Why is deflation considered a challenge to economic growth?
Deflation, a decline in prices, might seem beneficial, but it can lead to reduced consumer spending. People may postpone purchases, anticipating lower prices in the future, which can slow economic growth, lead to layoffs, and create a cycle of decreasing demand and prices, challenging businesses and the economy at large.
How does inflation affect the relationship between nominal and real interest rates?
Nominal interest rates are the stated rates without adjustments for inflation, while real interest rates account for inflation. High inflation erodes the real value of interest earned on savings. Central banks must balance nominal rates with expected inflation to maintain positive real interest rates, encouraging saving and investing.
What role do inflation expectations play in economic policymaking?
Inflation expectations influence consumer and business behavior, impacting spending, saving, and investment decisions. Central banks closely monitor these expectations to guide their policy decisions, aiming to keep inflation expectations anchored, which helps maintain economic stability and growth. Tales of Inflation, A Journey Across Time and Economies, unfolds as an epic narrative, tracing the relentless march of inflation through the corridors of history, from the dawn of civilization to the complex global economy of today. This journey reveals how inflation has consistently shaped societies, economies, and the fate of nations with its invisible hand, influencing everything from the ancient markets of Babylon to the digital transactions of the modern era. Our exploration begins in the ancient world, where the concept of currency and trade first emerged, planting the seeds of inflation that would grow alongside civilizations. We witness the dramatic episodes of hyperinflation that have left indelible marks on societies, from the Weimar Republic to Zimbabwe, illustrating the profound instability and despair that unchecked monetary expansion can wreak. As the narrative progresses, we delve into the divergent experiences of developed and developing nations, highlighting how inflation's impact varies across different economic landscapes. Developed economies, with their diversified industries and robust monetary policies, navigate inflation's challenges with a steadier hand, while developing nations face a more volatile dance, spurred by political uncertainties and the fluctuations of commodity markets. The global tapestry of inflation reveals a world interconnected by trade and technology, where the economic policies of one nation can ripple across continents, affecting prices and livelihoods far beyond its borders. This interconnectedness underscores the critical importance of international cooperation and the intricate web of global supply chains in managing inflation's cascading effects. Inflation's role varies across economic systems, from the market-driven dynamics of capitalist societies to the price controls of socialist economies, and the blended approaches of mixed economies. Each system employs its strategies to harness or temper inflation's force, striving for a balance between growth and stability. As we gaze into the future, standing at the threshold between past lessons and tomorrow's uncertainties, we recognize inflation as a constant companion in our economic voyage. It's a force that has not only shaped policy and influenced growth but has also touched the lives of individuals across time and space. In the spirit of Max Vanguard, this tale of inflation transcends mere historical recounting, inviting listeners to feel the pulse of economies past and present. It's a reminder of our shared history with inflation and a guide for navigating its ebbs and flows. As we glean insights into economic resilience and the spirit of human innovation, we are reminded that understanding inflation is crucial for anyone looking to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of the global economy. This story is not just about numbers on a page, it's about the enduring human endeavor to understand and master the economic forces that shape our world.
What historical event exemplifies the dramatic effects of hyperinflation?
The Weimar Republic in Germany post-World War I is a prime example. It led to profound social and economic instability, illustrating how unchecked monetary expansion can devastate societies.
How does inflation affect economies differently across the globe?
Inflation's impact varies significantly. Developed nations, with diversified industries and robust monetary policies, can navigate its challenges more steadily. In contrast, developing countries might struggle due to political uncertainties and commodity market fluctuations.
Can you explain the role of international cooperation in managing inflation?
Yes, the global economy is interconnected through trade and technology. Policies in one nation can affect others, emphasizing the need for international cooperation and a strong global supply chain to manage inflation effectively.
How do different economic systems approach inflation?
Capitalist societies rely on market-driven dynamics, socialist economies may use price controls, and mixed economies blend these approaches. Each system has its strategies to either harness or temper inflation, aiming for growth and stability.
Why is understanding inflation important for the average person?
Inflation affects everyone's daily life and the global economy's future. Understanding it is crucial for navigating financial decisions, fostering economic resilience, and contributing to informed public discussions on policy and growth. The ripple effects of inflation, a sector-by-sector saga, presents a vivid exploration of how inflation permeates every corner of the economy, influencing markets, commodities, and daily life with varying intensity. This narrative doesn't just categorize economic impacts, it weaves a comprehensive story that illustrates inflation's multifaceted role as both a disruptor and a catalyst across different sectors. In the realm of real estate, inflation emerges as a dual force, at times enhancing property values and at others, cooling market enthusiasm through the specter of rising interest rates. This sector's dance with inflation showcases the delicate balance between wealth preservation and market accessibility, highlighting the nuanced impacts of monetary policy on housing and investment landscapes. The stock market, a dynamic arena of fortune and volatility, responds keenly to inflation's whispers. Here, inflation can cloud the future earnings outlook, prompting shifts in investor sentiment. Yet, in the realms of commodities and resilient industries, businesses adept at navigating cost pressures can find stability and even prosperity, underscoring the importance of strategic management in an inflationary environment. Commodities like gold and oil narrate their own intricate tales within the inflation saga. Gold stands as a bulwark against currency devaluation, while oil's price movements ripple through economies, demonstrating the interconnectedness of global markets and the direct impact of raw material costs on consumer prices. The consumer goods sector faces the immediate brunt of inflation through the domino effect of rising input costs, challenging businesses to balance passing costs to consumers with maintaining competitive pricing. This sector's struggle reflects broader economic dynamics, where elasticity of demand and market competition dictate survival and success. The narrative extends into the workforce, where inflation's erosion of purchasing power sparks a quest for wage growth. The struggle for parity in earnings against the backdrop of rising living costs highlights the broader socio-economic challenges posed by inflation, emphasizing the complex interplay between labor markets, consumer spending, and economic policy. As the exploration concludes, it becomes clear that inflation's ripple effects are deeply woven into the economic fabric, affecting sectors and lives in profound ways. This saga of balance, challenge, and adaptation underlines the resilience required to navigate the ever-present waves of inflation. Through this comprehensive journey, we gain a richer understanding of how inflation shapes the economic landscape, reminding us of the interconnectedness of markets, policies, and individual livelihoods in the vast ecosystem of the global economy. Guardians of Value, the epic battle against inflation, narrates the global endeavor of central banks and governments in their vigilant quest to maintain economic equilibrium amidst the challenges posed by inflation. This narrative delves into the sophisticated strategies and tools deployed to safeguard the prosperity and stability of nations against inflation's destabilizing effects. Central banks stand at the forefront, employing monetary policies with precision to manage the flow of currency and influence the economic climate. Interest rate adjustments serve as a critical lever, calibrated to temper or stimulate economic activity as required, demonstrating a dynamic response to the threats or slumbers of inflation. Additionally, the strategic buying and selling of government securities in open market operations exemplify the proactive measures taken to regulate money circulation, highlighting a deep commitment to economic stewardship. Parallel to monetary tactics, fiscal strategies play a pivotal role in this grand strategy. Government spending and taxation emerge as powerful instruments, with the dual potential to invigorate the economy or moderate inflationary pressures. This delicate balance reflects a nuanced understanding of fiscal impact, where the timing and magnitude of interventions are critical to achieving desired outcomes. The narrative further explores the sophisticated approach of inflation targeting, a method that combines clarity of purpose with the flexibility of execution. By setting explicit inflationary targets, economic guardians foster an environment of predictability and trust, aligning expectations and actions towards a common goal of stability. Moreover, the codification of economic laws and regulations underscores the foundational role of legal frameworks in promoting fair trade, competition, and market efficiency. These laws act as safeguards against the excesses that fuel inflation, ensuring a level playing field that supports sustainable economic growth. At the epic's core lies the grand strategy, a testament to the intricate balancing act required to navigate the economic landscape. This strategy underscores the ongoing nature of the battle against inflation, a dynamic challenge that demands continuous vigilance, adaptability, and foresight from those tasked with guiding the economy. The epilogue reaffirms the perpetual nature of this quest, reminding us that economic guardianship is a relentless pursuit marked by wisdom, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to securing a prosperous future. Through this narrative, we gain insight into the complex interplay of monetary and fiscal policies, the strategic vision guiding economic decisions, and the enduring quest to harness inflation for the benefit of all, ensuring that prosperity remains not just an aspiration but a tangible legacy.
What impact does inflation have on the real estate market?
Inflation acts as a dual force in real estate, sometimes boosting property values due to rising costs, and other times cooling the market as interest rates climb. It's a delicate balance between preserving wealth and ensuring market accessibility.
How does inflation influence the stock market and commodities?
Inflation can obscure the future earnings outlook, affecting investor sentiment and stock market volatility. For commodities like gold and oil, inflation can either signal a safe haven against currency devaluation or highlight the global market's interconnectedness through price changes.
Can you explain how inflation impacts consumer goods and the workforce?
Inflation leads to rising input costs, pressuring businesses to adjust pricing strategies without losing competitiveness. For the workforce, it erodes purchasing power, necessitating wage adjustments to maintain living standards amidst rising costs.
What role do central banks play in managing inflation?
Central banks are crucial, utilizing monetary policies and interest rate adjustments to influence economic activity. Their strategies include inflation targeting and open market operations to ensure money circulation is balanced, aiming for economic stability.
How important is international cooperation in inflation management?
Extremely important. In a globally connected economy, policies in one country can have ripple effects worldwide. Effective management requires international cooperation and a robust global supply chain to mitigate inflation's impacts. Inflation's Echoes, Navigating the Social and Cultural Currents, explores the pervasive impact of inflation beyond economic metrics, delving into its profound effects on society and culture. This narrative illuminates how inflation shapes perceptions, influences lifestyles, and is reflected in artistic expression, highlighting the complex relationship between economic fluctuations and the human experience. The story begins with the widening chasm of inequality, where inflation exacerbates disparities within society. For many, rising prices mean difficult choices between basic needs, while for others, it signifies increasing wealth. This divergence paints a vivid picture of inflation's varied impacts across different demographics, from retirees facing financial strain to workers struggling to keep pace with the cost of living. The narrative then shifts to the public's response to inflation, capturing the collective anxiety and unrest that often accompany rising costs. The role of the media is scrutinized, noting its power to influence public sentiment and shape perceptions of economic health. This section underscores the importance of storytelling in navigating the inflationary landscape, whether through news, narratives of struggle and resilience, or humor as a coping mechanism. Cultural reflections on inflation reveal its presence in popular culture and the arts, serving as a backdrop for creative expression that comments on economic instability and its effects on the human spirit. Through cinema, literature, and satire, artists and creators convey the challenges posed by inflation, offering insights into societal resilience and adaptability. The epilogue of this exploration positions inflation as a significant force that extends well beyond financial implications, embedding itself in the fabric of societal norms and collective imagination. It calls for a deeper understanding of inflation's broad impact, encouraging a dialogue that bridges economics with the nuances of human and cultural dimensions. This narrative, void of segmented chapters and presented as a cohesive journey, offers a holistic view of inflation's role in shaping our world. It invites reflection on the interconnectedness of economic decisions and their widespread effects, advocating for a comprehensive approach to understanding inflation not just as an economic challenge, but as a facet of the human condition.
How does inflation contribute to societal inequality?
Inflation can widen the gap between economic classes by making basic needs more expensive, pressuring financially strained individuals, while simultaneously increasing the wealth of others. This disparity affects diverse demographics, from retirees to the working class.
What role does the media play in shaping public perception of inflation?
The media significantly influences public sentiment about inflation, using storytelling, news coverage, and even humor to navigate and shape perceptions of economic health and the challenges inflation poses.
Can you discuss inflation's presence in cultural expressions?
Inflation finds its way into popular culture and the arts, inspiring creative expressions that comment on economic instability and its impact on society. Through various mediums, artists offer insights into coping with inflation's challenges.
Why is understanding inflation's broader impacts important?
Recognizing inflation's extensive effects is crucial for comprehending how economic decisions influence societal norms and individual lives. It encourages a holistic view that considers both economic and human dimensions, advocating for informed dialogue across these areas. Inflation in the Age of Innovation, Navigating the Future with Technology delves into the intricate relationship between technological advancements and inflation, offering a vision of how future innovations could alter the economic landscape. This narrative explores the transformative potential of technology to influence inflation, examining both the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. As we stand on the cusp of a technological renaissance, automation, artificial intelligence, and digital currencies are highlighted as key factors that could redefine economic value and the management of inflation. Automation and AI promise increased efficiency and a shift towards deflationary pressures, yet they also pose questions about the future of labor and income distribution. Meanwhile, digital currencies like Bitcoin present new paradigms for money supply and inflation control, challenging traditional financial systems with their decentralized nature. The discussion extends to predictive analytics and its role in forecasting inflation trends. Leveraging machine learning and vast data pools, predictive analytics offer a more nuanced understanding of inflation's future trajectory, taking into account a myriad of global signals from social media to market dynamics. The narrative also acknowledges the broader implications of global interconnectedness, the gig economy, and climate change, each contributing to the evolving dialogue on inflation. The globalization of economies introduces complex inflationary pressures, while the gig economy signals a shift in employment patterns and income distribution. Climate change adds another layer, with its associated costs and the push for sustainable innovation exerting both inflationary and deflationary forces. The exploration concludes by emphasizing the ongoing journey of understanding inflation in the context of technological progress. It invites listeners to engage with the possibilities of a future where technology not only reshapes our economic frameworks but also offers new tools for managing inflation. This journey is not just about technological advancements but also about harnessing wisdom to navigate the evolving economic landscape. This seamless narrative weaves together the various aspects of technology's impact on inflation without dividing them into chapters, presenting a cohesive story that encourages reflection on the future of economics in the digital age. It paints a picture of a world where innovation and economic policy intersect, challenging us to rethink how we address the age-old issue of inflation in a rapidly changing technological environment.
How do technological advancements like AI and automation impact inflation?
Technological advancements such as AI and automation enhance efficiency and productivity, leading to deflationary pressures by reducing the costs of goods and services. However, they also raise questions about the future of work and income distribution.
What role do digital currencies play in managing inflation?
Digital currencies introduce new ways to control money supply and inflation, offering decentralized alternatives to traditional financial systems. They challenge the existing monetary policies and could redefine how inflation is managed.
How can predictive analytics help in forecasting inflation trends?
By analyzing vast amounts of data, including global signals and social media trends, predictive analytics provide a nuanced understanding of potential inflation trajectories, aiding policymakers in making informed decisions.
Can you discuss the implications of globalization and climate change on inflation?
Globalization connects economies, making inflation management a global concern due to interconnected supply chains. Climate change introduces costs that could lead to inflationary or deflationary pressures, emphasizing the need for sustainable innovation. The ethical echoes of inflation, navigating sustainability and fairness, explores the intricate dynamics between inflation, environmental sustainability, and ethical governance. This narrative delves into how inflation is more than just an economic indicator, it's deeply intertwined with the broader implications for our planet and society. The discussion begins by examining the environmental consequences of inflation, highlighting the complex relationship between the rising costs of natural resources and the push toward sustainable technologies. It emphasizes the dual role of inflation in both hindering and potentially fostering the adoption of green alternatives, suggesting that a deflationary trend in clean energy could lead to a more sustainable and cost-effective future. Ethical considerations are central to this exploration, focusing on the impact of inflationary policies on the vulnerable and marginalized communities. It questions the legacy these policies leave for future generations, advocating for transparency, public participation, and a balanced approach that considers both economic outcomes and societal well-being. The narrative also addresses the challenge of balancing economic management with the imperative of environmental sustainability and ethical governance. It calls for a holistic perspective that doesn't lose sight of the ethical dimensions and the green horizons we strive towards. Concluding with a vision of the future, the discussion reiterates the importance of integrating economic vitality, environmental stewardship, and ethical governance. It underscores the role of technology and innovation as allies in this journey, highlighting the potential of predictive analytics and ethical considerations in shaping a sustainable and equitable world. This seamless narrative reframes the conversation on inflation from a purely economic focus to a broader dialogue that includes ethical and environmental perspectives. It invites listeners to consider inflation's role in shaping our world, not just in economic terms but as a catalyst for broader societal and environmental change. By weaving together these threads, the narrative offers a comprehensive view of inflation's impact and the collective responsibility towards fostering a sustainable and just future.
How does inflation impact environmental sustainability?
Inflation influences the cost of natural resources, potentially hindering the shift towards sustainable technologies. However, a deflationary trend in clean energy could promote a sustainable future by making green alternatives more cost-effective.
What are the ethical considerations related to inflationary policies?
Inflationary policies can disproportionately affect vulnerable and marginalized communities, raising ethical concerns. It's crucial to ensure transparency, public participation, and a balanced approach that considers societal well-being alongside economic outcomes.
How can we balance economic management with environmental sustainability?
Balancing economic management with environmental sustainability requires a holistic perspective that integrates ethical governance, emphasizing the role of technology and innovation in creating a sustainable and equitable world. Conclusion: reflections on our inflation odyssey. As we draw the curtains on the Odyssey of Inflation, a journey through economic realms, we find ourselves at the end of a voyage that has taken us through the swirling currents of economic history, theory, and the pressing realities of today. Guided by the insightful narration of Max Vanguard, we've traversed time and ideology, unpacking the complex dynamics of inflation, a force as ancient as civilization itself and as contemporary as the latest market fluctuation. Our journey has illuminated the multifaceted nature of inflation, revealing it not just as a dry statistical measure but as a vibrant narrative that intersects with every facet of human life. From the ancient agoras to the modern-day digital economy, we've seen how inflation shapes societies, influences policy, and touches the individual in profound ways. Through tales of hyperinflation and deflation, the struggles of central banks, and the impact on the everyday consumer, we've gained a panoramic view of how this economic phenomenon reverberates through the corridors of time and space. Yet, our odyssey has revealed more than the challenges posed by inflation. It has underscored the resilience and ingenuity of those who navigate its waves. We've explored how innovation and technology offer new tools to understand and manage inflation, suggesting a future where economic stability might be achieved with greater precision and foresight. The series has also ventured into the ethical dimensions of economic policy, reminding us that the choices we make today echo into the future, shaping the world for generations to come. As we stand at this juncture, reflecting on the vast landscapes we've explored, it becomes clear that the story of inflation is intertwined with the story of human endeavor. It is a testament to our quest for understanding, balance, and progress. The insights garnered from this series equip us with a deeper comprehension of inflation's role in shaping our economic reality, empowering us with the knowledge to face future challenges with wisdom and courage. Adding extra value, the path forward. In the spirit of continuing our journey of exploration and learning, we invite you, our listeners, to be active participants in the dialogue that shapes our understanding of economics and its impact on our world. Your experiences, insights, and curiosity are the lifeblood of this ongoing conversation. As we look to the horizon, poised to embark on new adventures in the realms of finance and economics, your voice is invaluable. Let us carry forward the lessons of our Odyssey, using them as a beacon to navigate the complex and ever-evolving landscape of our global economy. Together, we can build a future informed by the rich tapestry of our past explorations, marked by a commitment to sustainability, fairness, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge.
How has the Odyssey of Inflation journey impacted our understanding of inflation's role in history and modern society?
This journey through the Odyssey of Inflation has broadened our perspective on inflation, revealing its deep impact across time, societies, and individual lives. It has shown us inflation's multifaceted nature, far beyond mere numbers, as a force that shapes economic policies, societal norms, and our daily experiences.
What lessons can we take from this exploration of inflation's past, present, and future?
The key takeaway is the importance of resilience, innovation, and ethical consideration in navigating inflation. Understanding and managing inflation with these tools can lead to a more stable economic future, allowing us to face challenges with wisdom and adaptability.
How can listeners contribute to the ongoing dialogue on economics and inflation?
Listeners are encouraged to engage actively in the economic dialogue, sharing experiences, insights, and curiosity. This collective participation enriches our understanding and shapes the future of economic exploration, emphasizing the value of every individual voice in the vast economic landscape. Engage with us. A call for your insights and experiences invites listeners of The Odyssey of Inflation, a journey through economic realms, to contribute to the ongoing conversation about inflation's role in our world. This invitation emphasizes the value of listener engagement, encouraging the sharing of personal stories, feedback, and expertise on inflation. It highlights how individual experiences and insights can deepen our collective understanding and shape future discussions. Listeners are encouraged to share their unique experiences with inflation, whether they've faced challenges, found innovative solutions, or observed notable trends. Feedback on the series is sought to guide future content, ensuring it resonates and addresses areas of interest. Engagement is facilitated through social media and the podcast's website, fostering a community of individuals keen on exploring economic phenomena. Experts and those with scholarly knowledge on inflation are invited to contribute, enhancing the podcast's depth with diverse perspectives. The call to action is not just for the end of the series but as a springboard into future explorations, with a promise of continued journeys into the complexities of economics and its global impact. Subscribing to the podcast, following on social media, and signing up for newsletters are ways listeners can stay connected and informed about upcoming content and events. This segment concludes with a message of gratitude, acknowledging the essential role of listener engagement in enriching the dialogue and creating a platform for education, discussion, and empowerment against the backdrop of economic forces that influence our lives. Further explorations and acknowledgements. In our journey through the Odyssey of Inflation, we traversed a landscape rich with historical events, economic theories, and societal impacts shaped by the phenomenon of inflation. To enrich your understanding and encourage further exploration, we've compiled a list of resources that have informed our episodes and can serve as a springboard for your own inquiry into the complex world of inflation. Recommended readings and resources. The Great Inflation, a historical overview and lessons learned by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis offers an in-depth look at the period of high inflation in the United States during the 1960s and 1970s, providing insights into its causes, consequences, and the monetary policies enacted to combat it. This resource is an excellent starting point for understanding the historical context of inflationary periods. Economic Lowdown podcast series by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis presents a series of educational podcasts that break down economic concepts, including inflation, in an accessible format. These episodes are perfect for listeners seeking a foundational understanding of economic principles. Fred Economic Data offers a treasure trove of data, including metrics on inflation, interest rates, and much more. For those interested in diving into the numbers and exploring economic trends through interactive graphs, Fred is an invaluable tool. Inflation Dynamics and Monetary Policy, a speech by Bank of England's economist that provides insights into the complexities of inflation and the role of monetary policy in managing economic stability. This resource delves into the intricacies of how central banks perceive and react to inflationary pressures. By tapping into these resources, you can deepen your understanding of inflation's multifaceted impact on economies and societies across time and space. Whether you're a student, educator, or simply a curious mind, these sources offer a wealth of knowledge to explore and build upon the insights shared in our podcast series.